So to do $1 million in a month, that is an incredible accomplishment, right? But what gets you from 1 to 1 a month might be different than what gets you to 2 a month. What gets you to 2 a month to get 4 million a month are different. So we've had a lot of different people on the show that I think a lot of those key takeaways will help someone get to potentially $1 million a month, right? What would you say are like the 3 to 5 or more biggest levers to get from 1 million a month to having your best month ever at 4 million?
I think the single most important thing is you can't do it yourself. So it's the people around you. You know, that's the most valuable thing. If you find great people and you help them grow and level up with you, it's a natural byproduct of success, right?
Right.
We have quite a few strong leaders in our company, and I have to help them elevate. I have to help them grow. Some of them need to grow in their own companies. So if we don't figure out a way to make that happen, we're going to lose them.
Right.
And with that, we're naturally just elevating, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think number 2, it's not necessarily any sort of channel in sales or anything like that. It's just getting really good at what you do. You can succeed in any channel.
Yeah.
Whether you're calling, which is still, you know, probably our greatest skill set, 'cause that's what I initially learned, right? That's what I became an expert in, to whatever channel you want to do. I know guys that are doing it in every single one at that level. It's just getting really, really good at that one thing to where you're better than everyone else, and then you focus on the next, and the next, and the next, and then you just get good at multiple things, and that helps you get there. But if you let the gas off any one of them, like we have in one of our channels, and our second top competitor is taking all that business from us.
Yeah.
And he's really, really good at what he does, but that's happened because we let off that gas.
Right.
So we're going to now shift and go back. But it's just staying at that highest level in whatever you're doing. And I think it comes down to the quality of people you have.
Any other major levers?
I think the single most important thing, second, I guess, behind that is just having a really, really good coach or a consultant team that helps you identify what you're not doing right or wrong, and then, you know, putting gas on what you're doing right, stepping back, changing what you're doing wrong, and adjusting it. And that objective outside view is sometimes what you need.
Yeah.
Because you have this subjective lens, and many times you don't actually see, you have blind spots.
Right.
And if somebody else can sit there, and for you it'd be obvious, like, oh man, dude, you're missing this. And like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like that just changed their whole year.
Yeah.
So having that objective outside perspective is just invaluable.
So I want to dive deeper into each of these 3, because it's easy to say hire great people, right? It's easy to say that. And right now we're experiencing, what was it? The Great Resignation.
We are.
Right? So not only is it difficult to hire quality people, it's harder today than it's ever been, as far as in my experience, to hire great people. So how are you hiring great people? And just, again, for perspective, everybody else, like, I've got to interact with Phil's people. When he says great people, he's not talking like, hey, these are like high quality people. Like, these are professionals that have had high success in different careers. You're not taking this other guy that just graduated college or whatever. Like, these have a successful track record.
Yeah.
So how do you, well, I guess the first one, how are you attracting these people?
Yeah. I guess it first starts with leveling up yourself. I grew up with a very strict, subjective view of the world. I probably read 150 self-help books from like 18 to 23, which completely changed my perspective of life.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of growth I went through was humbling. I realized I knew nothing about life.
You're doing that while going through college.
Yeah.
Which is very unusual behavior.
College just opened up my mind.
Yeah.
Reading books that taught me the opposite of what I believed was reality just really expanded my mind to the idea of perhaps I could be wrong. Perhaps I'm off, you know? I need to always look at all perspectives and understand that I may be completely missing something.
Yeah.
And that I can never be perfect.
Right.
So I just know that if I don't keep an open mind, I'll usually be humbled very quickly. And even if I do, I still get humbled. So when you change your mindset and you try to grow and level up, it then allows you to attract those same kind of people.
Right.
So I think you first have to work on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you're someone that's got a big ego, it's difficult for you to take any kind of constructive criticism. You know, how are you going to attract those kind of people to work for you?
Right.
I think first it starts with working on yourself.
Yeah.
Number one, grow. When you grow, it'll allow you to attract those same kind of people. Because I mean, I wouldn't want to work for someone who's got a big ego, who's not going to try to help me grow and elevate and become better and ride along with them.
Right.
And then once you do that and you start to level up and grow, I think you then look at it from their perspective. You know, if I was working with you, what would I want? Well, the first thing we started off was, we don't have a PTO policy. You can take as much time as you want. You don't have to show up to work if you don't want to. Work from home. You know, if you want to sleep in because you had a rough night sleeping for whatever reason, well then sleep in.
Yeah.
Show up to work at noon or don't. All we really care about in the end is getting the job done.
Right.
So I think having that kind of mindset, you know, like, what would I want? You know, I'd want freedom to do what I want to do, work when I feel like I want to work, and all that really matters in the end is that you get the results, right?
Right.
Why does it matter if you work 8 to 5 or 10 to 7 or at midnight? You know, if you can just get your work done, it doesn't matter. You don't have to correspond with anyone else. It shouldn't matter, right?
Right.
Corporate America is the opposite. When I was in corporate America, I mean, they were very strict. These are the rules, punch in, this, that. It was just horrible. Like, I was like, why would I ever want to exist in this, you know, industrial revolution style existence? It's just miserable. You're like a drone, right? So I just thought, well, what would I want? And what would make me happy? And then next is set your goals to align with your people's goals. We win together or we lose together. And we elevate and we gain property and we build assets and we change our lives together.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that, people are excited because it doesn't really, I think a small amount of companies today do that.
Is there something you're doing as far as, you know, channels can be our next thing, but I look at recruiting, it still sales and KPIs and everything else, and channels and marketing, whatever. What, is there any like particular methodologies in finding these people, identifying these people? Because, you know, what we found in the past is the best people have jobs. The best people aren't looking for jobs. So is there anything particular you're doing to find the best qualified applicants that might not even be looking for a job right now?
Yeah, we're always proactively reaching out. There's many candidates we talk to every couple months.
Yeah.
And they're happy at this point. But it doesn't hurt knowing you have a second option if you ever do unhappy, and it'd be a good culture and it'd be a good fit. And we just keep up that relationship. Sometimes it's a year later. They give us a call and they go, oh, yeah, I can't believe it. We just got a new CEO and they changed this and it's going to be miserable now. We don't want to work in this environment anymore. This isn't who we are. You know, are you guys still hiring for that role? Well, we are now. So if someone's awesome, we'll make a job for them always.
Is this LinkedIn, Facebook?
Every channel, everything.
Everything.
Yeah, everything works.
Got it.